In that clip, you just heard a Tonex pedal fully integrated inside an HX Stomp. All the sounds you heard can be switched to on the fly. You heard a shimmer verb, you heard a clean sound, you heard a crunch, you heard a lead sound, then you heard a lead sound with a phaser on it. In this video, I'm going to show you my setup. There will be follow-ups showing you other ways that you can do this. And the plan is that showing you how my setup works and how to do all the integration will give you the tools you need to put together your own rigs in future. We're going to cover routing, we're going to cover MIDI control, and we're going to cover the setup inside the Stomp itself. Then later in the video, I'm going to show you how to use external pedals to switch even more things on and off. The first place we need to start is the actual routing and what plugs into where. Okay? It works like this. Your guitar goes directly into the HX Stomp input as normal. Then the send on the effects loop from the Stomp goes to the in on the Tonex. The out from the Tonex goes to the return on your HX Stomp. And then your left and right stereo outs on your HX Stomp go off to your mixing desk. And you can return from the Tonex to the HX in stereo, but it's only worth doing if you're using the reverb because nothing's really stereo in there. The other connection you need to make is a MIDI connection. It's dead easy. You use a 5-pin DIN cable like that, or a MIDI cable. You can get one from Amazon or just pinch one from a keyboard player. They've always got loads. And you connect the out from the HX Stomp to the in on your Tonex. Little caveat, there are 16 MIDI channels and MIDI can be a huge rabbit hole. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep it simple. I'm going to assume you haven't tampered with any of the global MIDI settings on your Tonex or your HX Stomp. If that's the case, then the Stomp will be sending on every channel at once and the Tonex will be receiving on every channel at once, and all you have to do is connect one to the other. No more MIDI messing about needed. It's that simple. If you have messed about with it, just set everything back to Omni and it'll be fine. Now you can call up pretty much any preset you like on the Tonex, but what I've done is I've set up a bank that's got 3 patches in, or 3 captures, that give me the 3 sounds that I need. I've got a clean, I've got a crunch, and I've got a lead. Then in the HX Stomp, what I do is I assign snapshots, and I assign each of those 3 sounds in the Tonex to a snapshot. So snapshot 1 is my clean sound, snapshot 2 is my crunch, and snapshot 3 is my lead sound. To set that up, what you need to do is go into the command center. You can either do it on the HX Stomp itself, or you can do it on your desktop. I'm going to do it on my desktop just because it's easier to record the screen and show you that way. Okay, so here I am inside a patch. You can see that I've got an effects loop set up. So my chain inside the HX Stomp is I've got gain beforehand. I've got a little EQ and some dynamics. Then I have my effects loop, which has the Tonex in it. Then I've got an EQ, some modulation, verb, and delay. Effectively, what I'm doing is I'm replacing the amp blocks in the HX Stomp with the Tonex. Just think of it like that. It's a much, much easier way to think of it. So there's all the routing done. Now, let's look at how we set the MIDI implementation up and get the Stomp to change presets on the Tonex by changing snapshots. So I change my snapshot, I change anything I want to in a snapshot as normal, but I'm also going to change the sound on the Tonex. So let's have a look. What we need to do is we need to go into our command center. So window and command center, and there it is. You can see on this one I've already got mine set up. But if I'm going to set up a new one, all I need to do is select one of these little commands. Let's try that one. That's the snapshot I'm in. I'm in snapshot 1 at the minute. And these are the things I can do. Now, what we want to do is we want to send a bank or program command. Okay? You can actually ignore this. If this is bass, that's fine. It means it's going to talk on every channel. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Bank, you don't need to worry about bank. You don't need to worry about this one. All you need to think about is your program. Now, I know the Tonex is arranged in banks and that says banks on there, but don't worry about that. The way it works is this. Now, the Tonex presents to you sounds arranged in banks with 3 patches in them. And we need to translate that so that we can send the right program change from the HX Stomp to call up the patch and the bank that we want on here. So the way it works is this. You have banks, and in each bank there are 3 sounds. To find the program change number, what you have to do is to multiply the bank number by 3, because there's 3 sounds on each bank, and then add either nothing, 1 or 2 for A, B and C to give you the actual program change number. Once you've worked out what your program number is, all you do is you change your program number in Command Center to whatever it needs to be. Dead easy. Now when you select a snapshot, you can select a Tonex patch to go with it. And the big advantage is that you can have 3 amps in your HX Stomp all at once. You could never do that before. The huge advantage of this is that you can select a completely different amplifier or Tonex patch with every single snapshot. That's amazing. And if you want to take it even further, you could add an expression pedal like this one to turn off other effects within those snapshots as well. But that's for another video. In the meantime, I'm going to take this thing out live and really put it through its paces, and I'll come back to you with more ideas, and I'll see you in the next video.